Hi guys! So I am trying to move to Korea, and I always wanted to kind of talk about how I'm getting over there because I know there are a lot of Korean vloggers that have come from the States, but they kind of vaguely talk about how they got over there. So I really wanted to actually talk about the process of getting overseas. So I'm trying to get over as a nanny or an au pair right now because I don't have a bachelor's or an associate's degree, which you need for teaching English, and I'm not really wanting to teach English anyway. And I've done nannying jobs before, so this was kind of the best way for me to start and just get over. So I've joined some websites to help match you with a family, and I'm not going to mention what any of them are called yet because I'm not over yet, and it hasn't been a good or bad experience yet, so I don't want to give anyone ideas on it if it does end up being a bad experience. But that's how I found my nanny job, and they're wanting me to come over as soon as I can. They're in Cheongna, which is kind of in between Incheon and Seoul, and so that's kind of where I am, what I'll be doing when I get over there, and talking with this family is kind of starting the process of me figuring out, alright, I might have a job, how do I get over there? So tomorrow I'm going to be calling the consulate, the Korean consulate. Right now I'm living in Dallas, and there is a Korean consulate in Dallas. The the consulate general is in Houston, and I originally thought that was the only one in Texas, but I found out today, thankfully, before I drove 4 hours to Houston, that there is one in Dallas. So I'm going to be calling them tomorrow and asking some questions about just visas and requirements and things like that. I really would like to talk to them in person, so I'm going to ask about their hours and when their service hours are, so I could kind of come, maybe make an appointment to sit down and talk with them. The visa I'm looking at right now is the H1 working travel program. I know what it is, give me a second. I think it's working travel program, which is kind of the whole point of it is that they want tourism, people coming to Korea, traveling in Korea, and then they kind of go home back to the States and tell people about Korea and Korean culture. And which I will be doing. I'm probably mostly going to be working, but I do want to be traveling around Korea. So I think this will work for me. I think it specifies on the visa that it's you're not coming here just to work, you're not working a full-time job for a corporation or anything. So I'm hoping I can ask questions and make sure that working as a nanny, I have the income. You need, for the visa, you need to prove that you have income. So once I have my nanny contract, I can show them these are my hours that I'm going to be working. This is how much I'm being paid, so I'm going to be able to afford to live here. And I think for the visa you have to have a travel itinerary of just showing I'm planning on traveling here this month, here the next month, stuff like that. So I'll probably I already know a couple places I want to travel, so I'll just kind of figure out around what time I'll be trying to travel those places so I can show that in the itinerary for the visa. And I'm also going to be bringing my cat with me. I've talked about this with the family that I'll be working with, and they say that their house allows pets, so he can come with me, but I need to figure out all the paperwork for him, which will probably be a whole different video. I'm just trying to talk about for me right now. What else? Oh yes, another thing is when I first wanted to move to Korea, I really wanted to live on my own and have my own apartment. And there are actually not a lot of nanny or au pair jobs in Korea that will be paying you enough to live on your own, especially because there are you can find places for fairly low rent in Korea, but they have a very large deposit fee for when you like first move in and sign on the lease. So you'd have to have like a lot of money saved up beforehand. But still, even for rent, a lot of au pair jobs don't pay very well. So I kind of was trying to figure that out of like, I really want to live on my own, but I don't know if I'm going to be making enough money for that. And with the family I've been talking to, they do want me to live with them, which I am planning on, but I really want to do a 1-year contract so that at the end of that period, like even if they wanted to renew me as their nanny, we could still like kind of change things, and like I could talk with them about me still being close by and like still working for them, probably the same hours and everything, just having my own place. But currently I don't have enough money for an apartment down payment because of coronavirus, and I have not been working for a while because I lost all of my jobs because I'm a nanny and the families are getting sent home, so they don't need a nanny because they're already at home. So I've been out of work for a while, so I don't currently have the funds for that right now. So this job was kind of like, oh, I might be stuck in Dallas for a year anyway, just trying to make up the money to have the down payment on an apartment where I could just go and work for this family and make the money to get an apartment eventually while I'm already living in Korea, and hopefully learning more Korean, so that whole legal process of getting an apartment is easier. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know when I'm planning on posting these, so I'll probably make a couple more just kind of talking about how things went with the consulate and how things are going with the family. So yeah, I will try to talk to you soon, and we'll see how things go. Hopefully, I probably won't post this if it doesn't work out. So let's hope.